Howdy folks, I'm Brian, and here's some Reddit. There's also an Amber in the background here.
Hi.
So, our first story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Kidnapping My Sister-in-Law? My mother-in-law and father-in-law have 12 children total, and I married their oldest son 4 years ago. They are very strict with the kids, very Baptist, and run things under my house, my rules, even with the 18-year-olds and ups still living at home. This rule extends to every aspect of their life, which includes telling the adult kids if/where they can work, school arrangements, dating, and everything. One of my sister-in-laws, who turned 18 about a month ago, has been asking to come and live with me and her brother. She just finished school, homeschooling, and wanted to get her first job. Her mom said she wasn't allowed to get a job. Now that she's 18, we finally agreed that she could live with us. She's been asking for almost a year, and we would help get her started in life, including getting a driver's license, a bank account, first job, etc. We live several states away, so I drove almost 2 days to go and get her and bring her home. Her mom is very, very upset with us, saying how disrespectful it is to come and take her daughter away from her and how we're a bad influence on her. That I couldn't just, quote, show up on her doorstep and take her away. Mother-in-law insists that the whole thing is our idea and our doing, and a huge, terrible mistake. Father-in-law seems more chill about it, but he's still a bit upset. I guess I might be a jerk for doing this. She asked and she really wanted to live with us, and she is 18, but if not for us, she probably wouldn't have been able to leave, so I guess it's somewhat our fault, hoping to get some outside perspective. Edited to address the comments. Thank you all so much for your support and advice. Some additional information. They aren't part of any particular cult that I know of. I think it might basically be one of their own making. Mother-in-law believes a lot of conspiracies. We did make sure to bring all of her official documents with her, so we're set on that front. Yes, husband was 100% aware and supportive. He just couldn't make the trip. And yes, I think loss of labor was a factor. Sister-in-law informed me that she was almost solely responsible for feeding the whole family and spent a whole lot of time daily either caring for the younger kids or doing household chores in addition to this. I think she'll do well. It looks like she'll be able to get a job at my husband's work, so I'm hoping it will ease the transition. And after saving a bit, she is thinking about cosmetology school. Additional edit, as it's been asked about. Sister-in-law is actually the second oldest girl. Incidentally, the eldest girl disappeared 2 days before I got there. She knew I was coming. We told her parents the week before. I think she saw all the flack that sister-in-law was getting and wanted to avoid that. Eldest is actually nearby and safe with my parents, so now it turned out well. Next girl is only 16, so she still has a couple of years. All right, OP. I mean, I don't think that you're a jerk in this situation. It does sound like your mother-in-law wanted free childcare, and also just, I don't know, like maybe she wanted to continue this tradition. That being so controlling over your children's life is not helpful. Like dictating where they can work, what kind of schools they can go to, what they can do with their life is not a healthy parent-child relationship. And I think that you got them out of a really unhealthy situation. And so, no, I can't fault you and can't say that you're a jerk in this situation. Your parent-in-laws are not doing them any favor. And I think basically it sounds like they just want the girls to basically marry up and then that will be the way that they get taken care of, which I think is a horrible strategy. And I think that it can leave them very vulnerable in a very vulnerable state. So no, I don't think that you're a jerk. I think that you wholeheartedly did the right thing here. And I have a really hard time having any sympathy towards your mother-in-law at all because she's really, if she's hurting for childcare, it's because she's had a lot of children and she shouldn't be, forcing her children to do all of the childcare responsibility and child rearing responsibilities. She has to understand that they'll grow up eventually and they'll all leave. And It's a lot of hard work for her, I'm sure, which is why she wants the free childcare. But, you need to let your kids move out, spread their wings, and move on with their lives. They're adults and they can do what they want with their lives. So, no, I don't think you're a jerk. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, she's an adult. That family sounds absolutely insane and cultist. Seriously, the mom is probably mad she lost a free maid and babysitter. 12 kids, the older ones are doing a bulk of the parenting. Older girls, I mean. I smell a fundamentalist cult here. Not the jerk. Yes, it is your fault, and you should be proud for helping her get out of that environment. Exactly. I grew up in a Catholic family of 12 kids. We were expected to take care of the younger children, bring home our pay from any outside work, and have no interest besides supporting this abusive nightmare of a family/cult. OP is doing this child a great service by giving her a hand in becoming a functional member of society. All right, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for being upset my husband upgraded my engagement ring and changed it back? My husband and I didn't really have a spontaneous proposal. We just mutually agreed that we wanted to get married on X date. I told him that for my engagement ring, I wanted to wear my late mother's. It's a simple gold band with a small diamond on its own. My husband wanted to add on to it and make it fancy, but I honestly loved it as it is, and I'm not into big flashy jewelry. He reluctantly agreed, and I started wearing it not long after. When it came time to pick out wedding bands, I chose one similar to his, gold and not flashy. I could tell that he was disappointed that I didn't want a traditional band. Fast forward 10 years and our anniversary was a couple weeks ago. I can't wear jewelry at work and we have 3 young kids, so I tend not to wear my rings anymore unless we're going out to eat or there's a special occasion. I keep both of the rings in my jewelry box. Every year for our anniversary, birthdays, and Christmas too, we just flat out tell the other what we want, so there's no confusion. This year was my turn to treat for our big dinner, and he wanted this pricey tool bench that he could use for his hobby. I told him all I wanted was a new purse and sent him the link. Come our anniversary, he gets his tool bench and is over the moon. I notice my gift is smaller than a purse should be, and I open it. It's my engagement ring, but it's basically supersize. There's a few other diamonds, and he added an inscription, the cost of all which was way more than the $40 purse I wanted. I was in shock and asked him why he did it. He said to surprise me. I said that I liked the ring as it was. It had been in my family for a few generations, and he basically ruined it by glamming it up. He got upset and started calling me ungrateful, even though I told him several times throughout the years that I don't like flashy rings and I wanted to keep it the same. He refused to tell me where he got it done, so I had to go do some digging and pay for it to be mostly reverted to its original state, though they were wary about removing the inscription as the ring is so old. I did end up paying a hefty chunk. My husband is continually calling me ungrateful and says it was a present. I told him that I didn't like it and he should have checked with me before making those changes. Am I a jerk? All right, OP. Oh yeah, you're totally the jerk in this situation. I can't believe you would turn up a free supersized glam ring that you told your husband on so many occasions that you didn't want. I mean, no, of course not. The thing is that you were very clear about what you wanted, and you were very clear about not wanting your ring glammed up like this. And he completely violated this boundary. You've repeatedly told him, and he shouldn't even be nagging about it at this point in time, 10 years into your relationship, about how he wants your ring upgraded. He's upgrading your ring for himself, not for you. He doesn't like the fact that it's not flashy enough for him, and he probably feels like it reflects poorly on him because there's a lot of pressure put on people for having flashy, rings, and he might be afraid that people, when they see it, are like, oh, I can't believe he got her that, ring that doesn't have a huge diamond on it. So if I had to make a guess, I would say that would probably be the reason why he did this. Because he seems awfully invested in making sure that this ring is, a better ring than the one that that you enjoyed and that you loved. So, no, you're not the jerk at all. Your husband has some problems that I think he needs to work through, especially when it comes to, not violating people's boundaries. And yeah, I'm really sorry that he did something like this, and I know that I honestly wish I could believe that he did this as a gift, but I really honestly think he did this as a gift to himself because it seems like it's pretty clear what you wanted. So, yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk that was incredibly insensitive of him and selfish. I have no idea why he didn't just get you a flashy anniversary ring if it mattered to him that much for you to have a flashy ring that you would never wear. Damaging your family heirloom for his ego makes no sense to me. I would be dragging him to couples counseling so someone else can take the time to explain to him why what he did was awful. Couples counseling might be useful here. My bet is that he thought when she wears the flashy ring that everyone will think her husband is so great for buying her such an expensive ring. If the ring is plain, then people might think that her husband is stingy and they might feel bad for her. So it was a present for his ego. He is an insensitive jerk. I would let him sleep on the couch till he knows that he did something really wrong. Not the jerk. Not the jerk. He messed with a family heirloom just so you would wear a ring which flatters his ego. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!
Bye from Amber.